In a dynamic changing environment, it's critical that we have the right skills for our leadership. 4 years ago, if you'd asked me what those skills were, I would have had a very different set of answers for you. But having gone through the journey we've gone since announcing that we were closing manufacturing, I've seen the best and not the greatest from some of our leaders. In terms of the best skills, I think empathy is critical, particularly when people are going to be losing their jobs, understanding what that means for them and the impact that it has not only on themselves and their family. I think innovation is key and listening is critical. Again, 3 softer skills that, they're not the hard P&L, go out and get, these hard results on financials. They're going to come naturally. But in terms of an amazing leader, when I look back, the best leaders over the last 3 years have been those that have cared, empathetic, listened, and have innovated and wanted to embrace change. There's been a really strong emphasis on change management over the last 4 years. We started with an adage which if all we did was to simply shrink the business, we would have failed. So I actually went back and said, look, what does the business need going forwards, not just for the next 5 years, but for 10, 15, for 20. This is a business that's been around since 1856, and there's such amazing consumer sentiment for it wanting to succeed that we needed to come up with a plan. So we actually went backwards. We sat down and said, what does that plan need to look like? What does success look like? And a key component was change management. So we said, do our employees understand what the change is and what needs to happen? Do they have a desire to participate in the change? And how do we get them involved? Innovation is manifested in this company by a series of means. We believe that leadership aren't the font of all innovation. In fact, we probably have a contrary view. We've got about 2,000 people, and our objective is to harness the ideas of 2,000 people. How we do that? We have a series of means. We use an app where people can register ideas that they have that they would like. It's actually a little bit like an innovation tank. So I could say, look, here's an idea I have about the way in which we're greeted at reception. I'd like to see that improved. I can then list that on the app and then it gets sent across to a team who'll investigate whether or not it's feasible. We also have innovation competitions where we have hackathons where we'll set a challenge and we'll ask people from various disciplines to come together to see if they can solve a problem collectively. As I said earlier, I don't think leadership have all the best ideas, so being able to harness the ideas of 2,000 great people has been critical to our success on innovation. We balance financial outcomes, environmental outcomes and community interests, I'd say reasonably successfully. At the end of the day, we're all consumers, and consumers will choose brands that they believe support the environment and communities in which they serve. From an environmental perspective, we're very conscious in terms of CO2 emissions and also in terms of safety. Holden was one of the first businesses to bring seatbelts to this company, electronic braking, and a number of engineering systems that we were innovative with. In the environmental space, we work very closely with Landcare. In the social responsibility space, we allow employees to have 24 hours per annum that they can spend on social causes of their own. In my case, I'm a board member of a trust that issues scholarships to university students. But outside of that, other members of my team and across the entire business get involved in things like the Smith family, RSPCA, anything that really takes their interest. And those hours all add up and give something back to the community. Now, there's no financial benefit in that for Holden, but what we do know is that our employees are more engaged, they enjoy the activities, and as a brand, we're out there making a difference in the communities in which we serve.